Hello, my name is Matt.
My name is Abigail, and welcome back to Polyglot Progress. Long time no see. So it's been, I don't know, like a few months, I guess, since our last video, and I know a few people have been wondering kind of where we went. So we're going to address that in this video. And also, Polyglot Progress, somewhat related to why we were gone, and somewhat just on our own kind of things that we've been wanting to do, is about to go through quite a bit of changes. So we're sort of taking this time to come back as a little bit of a fresh start for the channel as a whole. So we're gonna let you know why we were gone, and we're gonna let you know kind of what is in store for the future. So I guess if you also like really don't care about anything other than languages, maybe this is not the video for you to watch, because it's really just going to be addressing kind of what's going on with the channel at the moment. But if you care about the channel as a whole, or us as people, or anything like that, then this will be the video for you. So first off, just to talk about kind of where we've been. I'm sure quite a few of you could probably figure out we were pretty busy with school, but honestly that wasn't really the problem. That was definitely like an added layer to everything else that was keeping us from making videos, because when you have all of these other things that are keeping you from it, and then you also have a ton of schoolwork, definitely isn't really that easy to come back. But I think we managed to stay pretty on top of videos this semester.
We were going for a little while.
And really right before we left, we were about to switch to doing 2 videos a week. And basically the first 2 weeks that we missed uploads were us taking time off to sort of pre-film and get ready for 2 videos a week, and then we just kind of disappeared. And people were a little bit confused. And so one of the reasons that didn't work out is that my computer, coincidentally at the same exact time that we were about to come back for 2 videos a week.
And the same time you were editing your junior film.
Yeah, and the same time I was editing my junior film, decided to die. Like completely. My laptop at first was, the battery life was like super bad, and so that kind of got in the way from editing as well, because it had to be plugged in, and even plugged in, if I was editing, the battery would just drain completely and then the computer would die. But it's reached the point now where basically you plug it in, it lights up, and you can hear the fans going, but it never turns on. So I took it to the Apple store, and it was super complicated. Usually you just mail it out through Apple, and it costs like $200, and they'll fix everything that's wrong with it, and they'll send it back to you. But for some reason, there were all these added layers this time around, and so I'm still gonna try to take it again to the Apple store near me and have it sent out. But they're honestly not sure they'll ever be able to fix it, because it's considered a vintage laptop now.
I think you just need a new laptop.
So I probably just need a new laptop, but I don't really financially want to be paying for a new laptop at the moment. So basically there's been the issue of I've been caught between not having a laptop, so I've been using Matt's a little bit. I've been using school computers a bit, but it hasn't been enough to be able to edit things, basically, other than my junior film, which had to get done, and like writing papers that had to get done. So Polyglot Progress had to kind of like take a little bit of a step back from that, but still, again, we probably could have been doing 1 video a week, something like that, but you add that on top of school, and you add that on top of other things that we're about to mention, and it just all starts to really get chaotic. And I guess the next thing is your thing to talk about.
Being trans.
That's the one.
If you follow me on Twitter or other social media, you probably already know this, but
yeah, actually, if you follow us on Twitter and social media, you'll probably know quite a bit of this
I've been pretty loud about it, but on the YouTube I have not been, and I have my own reasons for that. But over the past semester, really, I've been socially transitioning with pronouns and whatnot, because I have come out as a trans woman, and it has been difficult. There have been a lot of struggles in terms of like my home life, which is all getting better, and you know, I'm doing fine, everyone. But I've been a lot happier since I decided to come out, and just that has been added other difficulties to making videos and whatnot, and just in terms of dealing with that with my interpersonal relationships with friends, with family, and adding that on top of making videos was like, I've not been in the headspace to deal with that. I've had so many papers from my classes, and then just doing this has been, it's been a lot. It's all been changes for the better, though. I've been much happier just all around since I've started this process, and but yeah, it's entailed me wanting to kind of take a step back from Polyglot Progress, which is what a lot of this video is about. I just haven't been all there, I think, for the past year or so. My heart hasn't been in it like it used to be. I just, with all the work and research I've been doing for school, I have not had a lot of time to actually sit down and study languages. Cherokee was my last, like, actual language I was able to, like, sit down and study that I had fun with. And so I want to have more experiences like that, want to actually do more Cherokee. And, like, I mean, I don't remember the last time was that I worked on my German poetry translation with Rilke. I've been away from that for a while, so, like, really just, like, everything that I've been doing has kind of been away from languages. And so when I get a little freaked out when it comes to making content for Polyglot Progress, because it feels like I'm doing the language stuff just to make content, and I always kind of get I have a lot of imposter syndrome, which I'm sure we've talked about before, but you know, I don't know, I just haven't felt as good about, you know, talking about language learning when I haven't been doing as much. And so again, like we're gonna talk about, I'm not stepping out entirely, I'm just stepping back for a little while, and I think, you know, it'll help me while I'm, like, transitioning, be more comfortable not being on camera as much. I'll still be doing stuff on my personal channel, probably over here and there about poetry and poetics and stuff, but in terms of language stuff, I think I'm just stepping back to podcasts here and there.
The next thing we're going to talk about is kind of the future of this channel, and I think that's also been a little bit of why we've stepped back, is like you said, you've been kind of feeling disconnected from languages, but I think we both also have had, like, a general direction we want Polyglot Progress to head in that kind of wasn't what we were doing, and so that was kind of like, we were kind of rethinking Polyglot Progress as we were trying to make 2 videos a week, and that sort of doesn't work because you're simultaneously rethinking the content while, like, being like, do I post this new content now or the old stuff and whatnot? But I think also we had, like, a few differences in what we wanted for Polyglot Progress. Not really. I think we've always been pretty much on the same page. Even when there's been a change we've wanted to make, it's been really convenient because one of us has been like, I really think we should stop doing this and we should start doing this, and the other person's like, great, I was thinking the exact same thing. But I think there was, like, a few differences, like, even I know you wanted to, sort of, since you were taking a step back, you wanted to do more so, like, live streams and lighter kind of content, whereas I really wanted to be pushing more towards, like, more intensive content and kind of, like, upping our game a little bit.
And then I just wasn't there mentally because it's not been what I've been doing,
exactly.
You know?
So, yeah, to summarize, we have had school stuff, personal stuff related to Polyglot Progress, and a lack of a laptop. RIP my laptop. The good thing about my laptop, though, is even if I can't get it fixed, I've currently been using my mom's old laptop that
is that what you've been doing?
The screen is so broken. You cannot see anything. But I'm going to try to edit Polyglot Progress videos on iMovie. On there, just so that we have videos going up. And also I, like, recorded a video at one point on my iPad to attempt to use the iPad iMovie
Just
thing.
use the YouTube video editor even.
I could try that as well, actually, yeah. So we're gonna see what the editing for me is like over the next little while. So, part 2. The future of Polyglot Progress. Polyglot Progress 2.0, if you will.
Only if you will.
What is the future of Polyglot Progress now that we are actually coming back?
No one's gonna believe us anyway.
Yeah, no one's gonna believe us. This time now, really, I think if we're gonna take any time off, we'll really try to make sure it's announced in advance. I think we're gonna really try to make sure things are uploaded at least, like, the week before they're up.
That's, like, we have a whole regimen and, like, manifesto
we
now.
Really, basically, we took the past, like, a little bit of time off for all of those other reasons, and then basically, I think, like, 2 or 3 weeks ago, probably, we'd already kind of started to talk about it, but 2 or 3 weeks ago, we really were like, here's what's gonna happen with Polyglot Progress.
Yeah, it was enough time for me to, like, cool down, and then I was like, okay, I can actually think about this now.
So we've really started just, like, sitting down the past 2 to 3 weeks and really planning out what's gonna happen with Polyglot Progress and how it's gonna be Polyglot Progress 2.0. So I think we're actually ready for it to happen now. So, the new Polyglot Progress, I guess the first big announcement, you've kind of hinted at a few times in this video, and that is...
I am becoming the main editor, so that way we will be able to film more content if you're the, like, main figure now, and then you can just give me all the footage and I can batch edit, essentially. And this is especially helpful because you will be going to Africa for a few weeks, and so you will be able to get me all that footage, I will be able to edit it and put it up while you're gone. This is helpful because we only have the one laptop, and if I'm just doing the editing, it helps because I don't have to film as much. So yeah. So I'm basically gonna be behind all the putting content online in terms of, like, podcasts going on the podcast thing, Patreon stuff, videos on YouTube. That'll be me now.
We'll see you a little bit
But I'll be on podcasts and whatnot.
Yeah, so Matt's gonna kind of come visit for podcasts and maybe occasionally if you do some language learning and want to
Which I
film
plan
something.
to. The whole point of this for me, of stepping back, is so I actually like can fall in love with language learning again. I've kind of the like major focus of needing to do language so you can make videos has kind of burned me out a lot, and so that's the reason I've been wanting to step back. So I'll definitely still be doing stuff and hopefully be doing more stuff than I was in the past, and I feel good about it.
Yeah, so basically Matt's going to be just kind of editing and things, and maybe occasionally there will be a diary or a essay or something like that, and you'll be on podcast as well.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be the one you see mainly on here, but I don't want it to just be me. That's something I've always...
And this is almost going back to the original Polyglot Progress, where we had guests on a lot. Yeah,
so basically Polyglot Progress is now going to be Abigail and friends learning and teaching language stuff. So I guess I'll be kind of the main face you see here, but I'm hoping to have a lot of...
We apologize that you have to deal with this face.
Everyone's gonna unsubscribe. But I'm hoping to have a guest every single podcast, whether it's Matt and or someone else. Yeah. There will hopefully be diaries from other people, videos where I just do things with other people. I think definitely I'll be the main person you see, just because it's kind of hard to cohesively get a new person on for every video. But I definitely want to keep it open to lots of other people because I don't want it to just be me on this channel. And basically what we're going to end up posting is going to be hopefully a more even spread of diaries, language lessons, such as like the French grammar guide and stuff, language tips, which are sort of any video we've made discussing like a certain thing, like basically like my goals video or my bullet journal videos or the podcast where we kind of suggest certain things, study with me's, and other kind of language and study content. Basically the goal I've kind of seen for the channel, and like we've discussed all these things, and so sort of what we've agreed upon is like sort of the goal for the, I don't know, like aesthetic and notion of the channel going forward is hoping to be like very approachable and honest and open about things, which we've always tried to be, but also higher quality in terms of like the production of videos, the consistency of videos, and the content itself, something that always like I've really wanted to do with Polyglot Progress, and sometimes has kind of been a little bit of a divide between us, because I know you've mainly wanted to do diaries and things, but I've always really wanted Polyglot Progress to be
educational content,
like a resource for free educational,
which is something we started out with a goal in mind. That was like what we wanted to do, but we just weren't there yet.
Yeah, so like, definitely I think a lot of the videos that are going to go up are going to be things like teaching certain languages or just providing study information, all related to language learning. But I also definitely want it to be, as I said, like super just like approachable and honest, and just like my actual language learning experience as well as that. So it'll definitely hopefully be a very evenly mixed thing of like language learning resources and also things like diaries from me. I'm hoping to do a lot more diaries. But I also want some things to be higher quality as well, so I think all my diaries will hopefully kind of be more in the sort of structure that our Mango series was.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because the Spanish and Italian diaries really had a lot more happening than just us
and you could
talking
see
to a camera.
Happening across
and I think it was really effective in showing what an actual language learning thing is like, as opposed to just recording myself speaking. So hopefully like content will also go up production-wise in that sense. And I think because hopefully like the way we've structured this will feel less like you'll feel less pressured to post things and to learn languages, and also we'll just feel less stressed in general, because I really hate editing all of the videos. So I think like being able to film things and then pass them off as well will also make it easier for us to go for like better edited content.
And then we can even like on the bigger project split the editing between us.
Exactly. So I think you'll end up seeing like, I think our consistency and like
can increase.
Our just production of things is going to end up going up a lot as well, just because we're doing this new system. And definitely the goal at first, I think, is gonna have to just be weekly videos. Eventually, I'd really love to do 2 times a week, or even like for a while we were doing 3 times a week, but I think that's a little bit harder when it's just one person.
Yeah, I think while you're in Africa we can do 1 or 2 times a week.
That's definitely not happening. But we're gonna start with once a week because I really do want to be consistent, and I want to make it so that if we do have to take like a break, it's going to be once a week still. I don't want to take a like 3-month-long break ever again.
No.
Because we kind of do that every year.
No, absolutely.
So we're trying our hardest there. And we,
us.
as I said, have come up with a system to kind of make it so that videos will already be up. So we should know far in advance if we do have to ever take a week off, and hopefully we won't need to, because also we'll have 2 people editing one person's amount of content. But along with the once a week, I know a lot of people have been asking for things like VEDF and that sort of thing, and I've really wanted to do stuff like that as well. That's been kind of another divide where I'm like, we should like push ourselves to post the most stuff that we can, and you've just kind of not really been feeling it, so which definitely
it's like
when you're burnt out, the idea of doing more is just like
because you're like, let's do an entire month, and I'm like, we should get on 1 video a week before we can do that.
Well, there's that, but yeah, so I just know even when we did VEDF, you were like, I can never do this ever again, and I was like, I have so many more ideas now that I'm posting content every single day. Like all I think of is Polyglot Progress video ideas.
That was one of the funnest times of making content on here.
So I think definitely we're gonna do things like VEDF again, perhaps VEDF itself, perhaps a different month. And also things like I've planned out a study with me week, which will just be a week of different study with me's. And things like that. So I definitely want to do like fun content. I'm trying to plan a readathon as well for Polyglot Progress. So we've got exciting
book club
things.
Going, Abigail?
Book club will be coming back. Obviously that took a little hiatus as well when we were gone, and the one problem is that, as Matt said, I'm about to head to Africa. I guess this will actually, I think, be the last video that you guys see while I'm still in the United States. Everything else is going to be pre-recorded, and I'm not going to be on this continent. So, you'll start seeing me back in the United States in July, I suppose.
Oh my God.
But until then, you'll just be seeing things that were prepared ahead of time. But yeah, we're basically just telling you guys this all for transparency, because that's like part of what we want to be doing here. And also we were gone for quite a while. And things are gonna change a lot, I think. So I think it's worth noting, so that way Matt doesn't just like disappear and you're all like, Abigail took over the channel, what's happening? And also just like, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
you're really excited about this, so we wanted to just kind of like share the excitement for like our new plans for the channel as well. So beyond just being transparent and letting you guys know what happens, I hope you guys are also excited for these changes.
And if you think you're gonna miss me, you can go and subscribe to the twitch.tv/polyglotprogress, where I will be having a 24/7 GeoGuessr live stream, non-stop, always happening.
I think a lot of people are definitely gonna be sad that Matt's leaving. If
Matt's
you
gonna be
only
sad that Matt's
donate to
leaving.
our Patreon because Matt's here, now is your time to take that away. But
don't leave, because I will still be here. You will still be supporting me, because I'll have to edit.
True. And also the Patreon money really just goes back into Polyglot Progress as a channel.
Yeah, honestly.
So yeah, we're excited. It's a sad in some things. I think it's basically like a bittersweet thing, but I think also a big thing is like Polyglot Progress just had its 3rd anniversary in March, and we've been kind of doing the same thing for 3 years. We've been changing it up a little, changing up the upload schedule every 3 months, or whatever.
The word bittersweet is actually sweet bitter in Greek. It's glucopichron, I think, and it's because you get the sweetness and then the bitter. Thank you, Ann Carson.
But definitely we've been doing the same thing for 3 years, so it was time to kind of
time to change it up.
Have a change. I think also since like we've definitely changed a lot within the past 3 years.
I'm a
you've
woman
changed
now.
a lot within the past few months. So we're still just 2 gals being pals, learning languages. And if anyone has anything transphobic to say, please know I'll be blocking you.
You can unsubscribe.
But I guess also, like, I'd love to know what you guys would like to see in the next coming months and things. Obviously, as I said, I'm gonna pre-film everything for the next month or so.
I know people really enjoyed when I was doing Mongolian for a little bit. They really liked the live stream format I did. We definitely don't want to have as many live streams on the channel, but like, me doing live streams on Patreon is something I can do that are open to everyone. That's something we've discussed before. So if that's something people are interested in, so I'm still around, then I'm a Patreon exclusive. Ooh, ooh, look at that. They have to subscribe to me. No, I wouldn't. It would be public, but on Patreon, so it's not on the channel.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know what you want, so that way we can kind of work on that. Don't answer just more Matt, because...
I don't want to do
that's not the answer.
Subscribe to my channel.
But any kind of videos or topics you want to see discussed, any kind of educational content you want to be seeing, if you have ideas for fun little challenge weeks and months and things, that would be fun, since we are trying to do a little bit more of that.
If you want to see us do Lang Jam, they're doing Indigenous Lang Jam this year, which is very exciting. Actually, she has a poll going right now, I think, to ask what languages you want to be included, so go fill out that poll.
Yeah, let us know what you want to see, what you're excited about for Polyglot Progress, your favorite Matt memory from Polyglot Progress.
The times I was falling asleep on the podcast. Someone please do a compilation of every time I'm like holding back a yawn and it's in my mouth and I'm like...
Yeah.
I look forward to those.
I think that's really all we've got.
Thank you for all the wonderful times. I'm not going anywhere, but...
Yeah, thank you for all of the wonderful memories.
Cue the sad montage.
Sad montage. Now it's just Matt doing the montage.
I edit the montage, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think we really have anything else. That really sums up all our Polyglot Progress 2.0! Who's excited?
Hey.
Should that be the thumbnail? It's just us like, you ready? For the last time from Matt. This is not going to be the last time you say this. No, stop doing that.
You're making me sad.
You're literally going to be back for a podcast like next week.
Like tomorrow. Alright.
Alright.
And remember.
No, we still have to say goodbye first.
Practice makes progress.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting us for the last 3 years. And
thank you for not supporting us anymore because I'm trans.
We need like a blooper reel from this one. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting us for the last 3 years. Thank you for supporting us with this new Polyglot Progress 2.0. And I hope you guys are excited for what's coming and enjoy what ends up coming as well. So on that note,
practice.
Okay.
What did you want to say?
I was gonna say remember, because that's what we usually
remember. Practice makes progress. Bye.